I believe in sprinting to the finish line. Do you know that moment when you're focusing so hard on a task? When you're exhausted and beaten, but you keep on moving forward, on and on until you're about to give up, and it keeps getting harder and harder and harder. But then you can see the finish line. You get sudden energy from nowhere, and before you know it, you're done. For me, that's the best feeling in the entire world. I believe in sprinting to the finish line. I started cross country in second grade and absolutely hated it. I stopped running for roughly 5 years until seventh grade, when I decided to take a chance again. My first meet was hard, way harder than I remembered from second grade, and I thought that the second I got home, I would try and convince my mom to let me quit. I was completely serious about doing it too, until I got to about the last 100 meters. My coaches and teammates were yelling at me to sprint, and the only thing I could think was, what? After all that, they want me to sprint? But I did anyways. I sprinted like my life depended on it and crossed the finish line. I remember being upset about that first meet, but I didn't try and convince my mom to let me quit like I thought I was going to. Instead, I went to the second meet excited about running. I had the exact same reaction to my second race that I did my first race. It was hard, and again I told myself I would drop out the second I got home. But once again, I didn't. Meet after meet, I'd wonder why I ever joined cross country in the first place until I sprinted through the finish line and felt pretty great. This year was no different. On my very first meet, I hated it. I wondered why I decided to do this to myself again, until I got to the last 100 meters and remembered how much I loved the feeling of sprinting, and that's exactly what I did. I didn't beat my personal record, and I definitely didn't do the best I could have, but in those last few seconds, I felt great. Even though while I'm running in races, I hate everything and wonder why I ever thought this would be a good idea, afterward, I feel great when remembering using all my energy to sprint like it makes all the difference in the world. The best part is, sprinting to the finish line isn't just about running. It could be about working on a project for days, and suddenly, right when you're about to finish, you put in extra effort and just put everything into finishing. The satisfaction you get from that is insane. Sprinting to the finish line isn't about trying to beat anyone or trying to show off. It's about pushing yourself and going above and beyond. It teaches you to challenge yourself and take risks, to do things you thought you couldn't. While I know that a lot of people absolutely despise running, I love it and will always continue to sprint to the finish line.